shares were just getting hammered this morning. Every day they're pounding it. Bitcoin. I'm not fucking leaving. Surprise.
Welcome to the Trillionaire Mindset. I'm Ben Kahn. I'm your co-captain. This is my co-captain, Emil DeRosa,
Yeah.
because we're equitable.
Yeah, we rehearsed that. Ben tried to call himself the captain, and I said,
No, we're co-captains.
Right.
Yeah. We have no first mate. We do have a crew.
Yeah, we got a crew.
Yeah. There's a poop deck. Anyway, so before we get started, Emil, I actually, if you don't mind, I have some prepared remarks for the audience.
I do mind, but go ahead.
Thank you. Okay. I have some prepared remarks for everyone because you might be confused. You might be wondering, who the hell are we?
What is this?
What is this? It's a podcast. It's a show. It's about money, which hopefully everybody has a little bit of. You've got some, right?
Very low.
Okay, I was going to ask you for $20, but now I'm not. Like I said, I prepared some remarks to give everyone a background as to what this is, what it's going to be, and why we're doing it, because you're probably scared. You're probably wondering, who the F are these guys? Why are they doing this? I'm a little scared too. So I'm going to read to you right now these remarks I prepared. The last 2 years, there's been a major cultural shift toward the stock market. Crypto, the pandemic, GameStop. It's insane. Suddenly everyone's an expert and everyone wants to make money. And listen, I'm not here to piss on your rainbow, okay? But stocks are very hard. They're tricky things. This stuff is difficult. The experts even get it wrong sometimes. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't learn about it. Before all this shit happened and everybody was trading stocks and downloading Robinhood, I was the only one that I knew who gave a rat's ass about this stuff. It was lonely. It was very lonely. I tried talking to you about it one time.
I said, shut up.
You said, shut up, dork.
You're boring me.
Yeah. And now everyone's into it, and that's great. But everyone I talk to about stocks just wants to make money fast. They're like, give me the next, so what's a hot stock tip? What do I do? What's the next GameStop? I have no effing idea. I don't know. I'm not, if I knew, I think I would tell people if I knew, but.
You tell me.
I would tell you, yeah, because I want you to make a lot of money. But, so this show, just so everyone knows, it's not about helping you get rich quick. We're not giving out weekly stock tips. And that's kind of the irony in the name of the show, because I'm really sorry to break this to you, but you're not going to be a trillionaire. You're not going to be a billionaire.
No.
You're never going to be. But this show is going to cover a little bit of everything. We're going to cover, trading stuff. There's going to be technical things, how to read a chart little bit by bit. Stocks that are hot this week, what I'm watching, what everybody else is watching, what's, shitting the bed and what's going to high heaven.
We're going to get political. We're going to talk about Wall Street regulation. We're going to talk about big tech regulation.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Politics here and there. Why things are the way they are, the way the whole thing is structured. Because I only know so much. You only know so much. You're more politically oriented. I'm more into the trading.
But you're going to make me a little money.
I'm going to make you a little bit of money.
Okay.
God help me. I swear to God, I'm going to make you money.
Good.
Emil, I swear to God, I'm not going to pick up the phone yet. But listen, okay. This is one thing I really want to make clear. Please do not just dive in with hopes of becoming a day trader, because trading is extremely hard. It takes dedication, it takes trial and error, and you're going to lose a lot of money. You're going to lose however much you put in.
Yeah, so do it. We don't care.
We really don't care. And I guess this is a good time as any to say that we're not professionals in the least. None of this is going to be...
No, it is. It's financial advice. You can take it to the bank.
No, it's not. Don't...
And you can sue us if you want. If things go bad, sue us.
That's not true. None of this is all for entertainment purposes only. But look, I'm not saying that you can't become a trader. You can. It's just, please have a realistic expectation of what all of this entails. You're gonna be so stressed out, and you're gonna lose money, so just be prepared for that.
God, you're so boring. We're going to the moon, everyone.
Okay, so I just want to let people,
Yeah.
because I wish someone had told me that.
Right.
When I first started, I was like, oh man, I'm a genius. I'm 19 years old, and I'm not 19 now, but that's how old I was when I started. But because look, if you treat the market like a casino, it's going to treat you like a gambler. And the house...
You're going to get free drinks. You're going to get to talk to a pretty dealer.
That's true.
And there's going to be old people smoking around you.
Yeah, that's exactly what trading
maybe
is like.
Treat it like a casino.
Maybe treat it like a casino.
Yeah, they're going to be pumping in oxygen into your room.
No clocks on the wall.
No clocks.
No
Time
windows.
doesn't exist.
Time
You're
doesn't
trading,
exist.
baby.
But so the other part of the reason we wanted to do this show is because this stuff is really important. And we feel like there's a missing element in the popular culture. We need a show like this because everything else is...
We didn't want to do this.
No,
you
we
guys
didn't.
need it.
Yeah, it was
You forced
foisted
our
upon
hand.
us.
And now we're stuck.
Now we're stuck here.
Doing this.
We're contractually obligated to be here. No, we're not. But look, the stock market is everything.
Right.
It affects parts of your life you didn't even know it affected. What happens in the markets reverberates everywhere, positively, negatively. And as you get older, you can't just keep ignoring it. You should pay attention. You should know what's going on. Just like you should kind of have a general sense of what's going on in the political world, so too should you understand what's going on in the stock market. Because, yeah, you got Congress making decisions based on... They can make... Like, Nancy Pelosi makes so much effing money just from, like, insider knowledge. And she's able to do that. Because there's no laws against her doing insider trading. That's a topic for another day.
I didn't even know about this. I'm pissed off now.
Yeah, well, there's a lot more to be pissed off about there, buddy, because we're just scratching the surface. I digress. The stock market is for everyone. Everyone should learn the basics of how it works, how to participate even in the smallest amount, because it's interesting, it's fun, it's raw human emotion, it's greed, it's elation,
Ben,
euphoria.
Ben.
Sorry. That's it, man.
good?
That's emblematic of the whole thing.
Wow.
That's how it is.
I think that was the trillionaire mindset coming out.
That's the trillionaire mindset at work.
Wow.
Bitch.
It grabbed hold of you
Yeah,
for a second.
it got me. That was the bull. That was the bull. It
And
got
that was
me.
the bear.
The bear grabbed me and calmed me down because
Yeah.
that's what bears. When you're bearish, it's a time to be cautious.
Exactly.
But
We'll teach you about the bears and bulls. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry. They're just two animals. But it's real drama. There's stories that are provocative, and it's happening daily. It's always unfolding, and it affects everything. There's always something happening, and there's always something to learn. And we're going to learn together. So join us on a journey where we fill our curious minds with knowledge, uncover the truth, maybe make a little money.
Hopefully make a lot of money.
Yeah, and some new friends along the way.
Wow.
It's the Trillionaire mindset.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited too.
You know, I didn't want you to do it, but I'm glad you made that little statement. That was very nice.
You didn't want me to do it?
No. I thought it was going to be cheesy. I liked it.
That wasn't cheesy?
No, it's great.
Extremely cheesy.
I think they're going to enjoy it.
I had a hard time reading it too because reading is hard.
That's true.
Reading is extremely hard. So, as we said, I'm Ben. This is Emil. Emil knows fuck all about anything, really.
Right, and you're going to teach me.
And I'm slowly going to teach you.
You're going to help me dip my toes into the stock market.
Yeah. Emil is the everyman.
Right.
And I am also the everyman, but I've got a little bit more experience in stocks than you
I'm
do.
curious why I should be trusting you with my money. Why shouldn't I just be marching my ass down to Charles Schwab, Empty out my underwear drawer, give him all my money.
You keep all your money in an underwear drawer?
Where else am I going to keep it?
I don't know.
In the stock market?
Yeah, you could. I mean, that's
I'm trying to. I got to empty out this
That's the
underwear
point.
drawer.
It's scary, right?
I'll tell you what. I've already gotten some financial advice from you, and I'm pissed.
What was it?
I don't know. This was like maybe 8 months ago. You told me that every time I'm filling up my car at the gas station, I should be buying a lotto ticket. So I started doing it. I haven't won anything.
You've got $1.
It's $5. I do a Powerball, I do a Mega Millions, and a Super Lotto.
Oh wow, $5?
$5.
That was not my advice. My advice was take $1.
Which one am I supposed to be
I
buying?
don't know. This is California Super Lotto. Costs $1.
All right. Well, anyway, what if I've probably filled up like 25 times, so you owe me.
I owe you money.
$500.
Okay. Well, so I guess we want to talk about my story and why
I
I'm
want
the
to know
authority.
why I trust in you.
Yeah. Well, okay.
How'd you get into stocks?
I got into stocks when this is going to be a whole spiel, folks. Jeez. Got into stocks.
You've been doing it for a while?
I've been doing it for a while, over 10 years.
Over 10 years? Okay.
I first opened my account when I was 19 years old. I opened an E-Trade account because a guy that I worked with named Tom encouraged me.
It's always a Tom.
Tom. I love Tom. I'm still in contact with Tom. He encouraged me to open an account, and I did. And then he said, hey, why don't you, I don't like him for this. Well, I do. I started down a bit of a wrong path because I got greedy, which is what happens to everybody and what I'm hoping people will avoid. He said, hey, you should check out penny stocks.
What is a penny stock?
A penny stock is garbage. It's just, it's crap. It's crap that is appealing because it's cheap, because it's trading for a penny or a tenth of a penny. So with, $500, you can buy 50,000 shares and feel like
right. And if that goes up,
and and you start having pie in the sky, wow, if this hits $1, oh my God, I'm gonna have $50,000 from a $500 investment. And every penny stock has a story. They all have some product or revolutionary manufacturing process. You name it, they've got everything. So the very first stock that I bought that I found when I literally Googled hot penny stocks. That's how short-sighted and greedy I was. I was just like, all right, yeah, let's get going. Let's just find how naive I was is really humbling, and I still am in many ways. But the very first stock
what did you find when you Googled hot penny stocks?
It was the ticker symbol was SKGO, and they were Skybridge Technology Group.
Okay,
and they were selling a revolutionary new gas additive pill. It was a little pill that you put in your gas tank, and it was said to improve your gas mileage by 50%. And I was like, God damn, that sounds revolutionary. I'm getting in on the ground floor of this company. It's trading at a tenth of a penny.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. So I scrambled and emptied my entire account into it, which is like $1,800. And I remember
you emptied it out on this?
I put it all into this damn thing, and I thought
you were so confident
because there were so many other people online who were pumping up the stock, like, "Oh man, I can't wait to buy."
But didn't it sound a little too good to be true? You just put a little pill in your,
and that's the voice that you've got to listen to. The little voice that says, "Okay, if this is really, there's no way that I'm just now finding like the next big thing. If it was the next big thing, it would already be priced out of my range."
Right. You wouldn't know about it.
I wouldn't. Yeah, you wouldn't know about it. Exactly. But to 19-year-old dipshit little me, it was called Shot in the Gas.
They had commercials.
They had a commercial, and this
Shot in the Gas.
Go ahead. This is the commercial.
Gas prices are on the rise. You're seeing it on TV every day. Shot in the Gas. Increase your mileage. Clean up the exhaust coming out of the exhaust pipe. And more power at the gas pedal.
I noticed I get improved performance, better gas mileage, saves me money.
Thanks to Shot in the Gas, I no longer have to use premium fuel in my Jaguar any longer.
We're giving away 1 million samples.
All
you have to do is go to the website at the bottom of the screen and place your order. We ask you to participate on the shipping and handling, but the product is free.
I got that.
The product's free?
Yeah, the product's free. I paid $7 or something.
You got it?
Shipping and handling. Yeah, I should have kept it as a souvenir. It looked like an action figure.
Did it help your Volvo?
Fuck no, it didn't do anything. It was probably just, I don't know, it was probably just a Tums that they stamped with their little thing on it. There was another one with the CEO. He's this big Southern guy, and he's in his truck. He's like, my truck used to get 15 miles a gallon. Thanks to Shot in the Gas, I'm getting 30 miles to the gallon. That's an improvement of 100%. And I just thought, damn, wow, why isn't this thing more popular?
Honestly.
You think that you're smart until you mess around with penny stocks, and it's truly humbling to see just how stupid and gullible you are.
I don't know. I've never done it, so count me in.
Just avoid penny stocks. Avoid anything this is like the first primary lesson. It's too late to get rich off of like GameStop or AMC, or maybe not. I mean, I don't know. They could double again. I have no effing idea. But the big money has already been made. Same thing with like Bitcoin. And if you're looking for a get rich quick thing, you are thinking about it all wrong, especially if you're young. If you're 20, you got 40 effing years till you're 60.
So
you have so much time it's better to like get rich slowly than to do it. Try to do it fast because that's a guaranteed.
You keep saying that.
I lost so much.
Okay, so you lost the
fucking money.
1,800.
Yeah. Well, I didn't lose it. I held on to that thing.
Yeah, you got a hold on shot in the gas.
Yeah.
That, it's going to take up at some point.
I held it down to like, I think, so I bought it at like 0.0018 or something. I held it down to like 0.0005.
Oh, it dropped.
Oh, it drops down to like 1,000th of a penny. And I was just like, what's going on? And where are all these people who were pumping up the stock saying that they can't wait to buy 500,000 shares? They were all long gone because that's just how it works. It's just a hustle for everybody in the penny stock game. And the guys who, made that commercial, they're long fucking gone. So anyway, that was the first one. And then I was working jobs I didn't really care about in post-production here in Hollywood and funding my account with every last dollar I could just because I was like, all right, I was bit and I had to, okay, I learned my lesson on that one. I'm not going to get burned by another penny stock.
So you're moving away from penny stocks.
Moving away from penny stocks, but surprise, I did not fully move away from penny stocks.
Wow, they've pulled you back in.
Yeah, and okay, bit of a sad tragedy. 2011, my dad dropped dead.
Oh my God, Ben.
Sorry, it's just funny to phrase like that. 2011, dad drops dead, and
what?
Of a heart attack.
Okay.
Which is pertinent information.
Okay.
Dies of a heart attack. I wasn't there. I just got the phone call, and I was like, "Damn, really?"
That's what you said when you're dead?
No, I didn't say damn, really. I said like, okay. I didn't know yet, actually. I didn't know until I got to the hospital. My brother was just like, you got to come to the hospital. And then then he told me. But anyway, my brothers and I each had $15,000 in accounts, each in our name that my dad had set up. And once he died, they were left in our control.
Oh, now you got a little chunk of change.
Now we got a little chunk of change. And I told my brothers.
You're thinking, I want the market to treat me like a casino.
Yeah, I'm feeling like gambling, baby. Give me those free drinks.
Right.
I want to smoke a cigarette indoors.
You got an inheritance burning a hole in your pocket.
Oh, man. I couldn't get rid of that money quick enough. And I convinced my poor brothers to give me control of the money. I said, you guys, I'm doing this trading thing. And at the time, I'd been doing it for, I don't know, a year or two. And I felt good. I felt confident.
How did you convince them? You were like, look, I learned my lesson from shot in the gas.
They didn't know about any of that. They just knew that I was messing around with stocks. I had a couple small winners, but I always felt like, and this is what I told them, I need more money to make money, which is true generally. You need to be able to absorb
That's what I'm constantly telling people. I'm saying, I need more money to win more money.
Yeah. You mean to buy lottery tickets?
Yeah. Ben's got me on this thing. I'm filling my gas 4 times a week.
just to buy lottery
I don't even need gas. My thing never gets below 3/4.
That's actually very responsible.
Yeah.
In case of like a natural disaster.
And all my money on lotto tickets.
Yeah.
So.
Not a good investment. But anyway, my brothers give me their money because to them it's like, well, yeah, it's money I didn't have before, so what's the big difference? Sure, why not? The smart thing would have been to put it in index funds or put it in Apple or put it in Amazon or Google or any number of companies that at the time were valued at a 20th of what they are today.
Oh, if you put it in Amazon back then?
I know. I know. But you know what I did? I kept on. I was like, I got to find the thing. I got to get rich. I wanted my brothers to be proud of me.
My dad is dead. I'm the man of the house.
I'm now the man, even though I'm the middle child.
Yeah. Well,
I have a responsibility to my brothers to make them a lot of money, and I know that they're going to want it now. So what did I do? I find this one stock whose symbol was OPMG, Options Media Group, and they had this product called Phone Guard, and I thought that it was a sure thing because they got no what's the phrase? None other than Justin Bieber to endorse the product.
Oh, what year was this?
This is like I think it was the end of 2011, 2012.
Okay.
And then, yeah, they had Justin Bieber. I thought, man, Justin Bieber's like the hottest celebrity of all time right now. That plus a stock, that just makes sense. And it was trading at like 5.
What does Phone Guard do?
Phone Guard is an anti-texting and driving app.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and some family, their daughter.
That's better than shot in the gas.
It's way better than shot in the gas. That's him. That's Justin Bieber with the family of the young woman who tragically died from a
okay.
texting and driving accident.
A little dark.
And I remember I was so thrilled when this like press packet came out. I was like, oh, it's real. It's actually real. It's not just a penny stock scam. It was a penny stock scam. It was 100%.
Bieber's in on penny stock scams?
He did. See, the thing is,
he didn't know.
Celebrities
he thought he
being-
was helping a poor family that lost.
I mean, I don't know what Bieber was thinking. It was probably just because I think they paid him, I don't know, probably $250,000, if not $1 million, something like that. But poor oblivious Bieber. The CEO of this company would go on to get, I think, arrested for drunk driving.
Oof.
And he was just dumping. It was all. Bieber had no idea what he was getting into. Nobody ever does. Celebrities getting into penny stocks is nothing new.
Okay, so from the
Shaq had
sounds
one.
of this, you didn't. Phone guard did not take off the way you expected.
No, it did not take off. It actually.
And you were like,
the opposite.
baby,
direction.
baby, baby, no.
But I remember. I didn't have all the money in it, but as it kept dropping, and I kept thinking it's such a sure thing. Well, I should keep buying more. But then the
kept
rational.
buying more?
Yeah, the rational part of my brain was like, hey, buddy, if this thing's going to be working, shouldn't it be going up instead of down? And if it's that much of a sure thing, why isn't it caught on? Why isn't like anybody talking about it? Why isn't the app? Because the app itself was like a drain on the battery because it constantly had to ping a satellite. Anyway, this was over the course of like a year I stayed in this fucking thing. And I traded other stocks, but it wasn't working. This thing was a suck on my account. And my brothers would occasionally ask what's going on with their money.
They're
and
checking
I was
in.
mortified. I didn't know what to say to them. I'm like, how do I say, yeah, I lost all your fucking money. Sorry, boys.
They're like, hey, Ben, what's going on with Daddy's money?
I gotta go. And I kind of did that. I made taxes as an excuse one time. But anyway.
I mean, taxes as an excuse?
Yeah, like I can't. One of the things is like down, but I got to hold on. It was just bad vibes.
Hey, everybody. It's Ben and Emil, dressed in new clothes. How'd
What
that
happened?
happen?
I don't know.
Ben got sick.
I threw
got
up.
nervous.
I threw up. I got scared.
It's our first ad break, and we thought,
Nobody deserves to be featured here more than us. It makes sense.
so we're here to tell you, subscribe to the Trillionaire Mindset on YouTube,
On Apple Podcasts, on Spotify,
and many other podcast platforms.
wherever you get your podcasts, smash that subscribe button. Break the computer, break your phone, smashing it so hard that you can't even believe how hard you smashed it. Please, please. Also, be sure to leave a like on this video. Like it. Hit the like button on this video. Rate us 5 stars if you think we deserve it.
And if you don't, still rate us 5 stars.
Yeah, please. It's like your mom always said.
If you don't have anything nice to say, still rate 5 stars.
Still rate 5 stars every single time because it's the kind thing to do. We appreciate it.
Yeah. The Trillionaire Mindset debuts new episodes every Monday.
Mondays suck enough as
They
it
do.
is. They really do.
We're
Like,
trying to make them a little better.
We're trying to make them a little
These are
better.
gonna-
So here's what you should do.
Every Monday morning.
Call in sick every Monday.
Don't go to work.
Don't go to work. Your boss doesn't
Stay
care.
home. Watch this.
Yeah.
Your boss doesn't love you.
No, your boss doesn't love you
We
at all.
do.
We do. So,
Your boss will never respect you if you just go to work on time every day.
yeah. Honestly works for suckers. And that's Trillionaire Mindset.
And make sure to comment below. Let us know that you called in sick and you're watching it.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's really
we'll
important.
see. If you watched it on Tuesday, we'll know you're not a real fan.
We read every single comment.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And
Now
we
back
wanna
to
know who our real trillionaire heads are.
We're building an army wherein each one of you gives us $5, and eventually that'll make us trillionaires,
Yeah.
actual trillionaires.
Now,
So,
back to your scheduled programming.
Us.
Okay.
but I knew I wanted to make it up to him, so I got a shitty job that I hated that paid me well, but it was all the way in Santa Monica, and I lived down in Long Beach. I commuted to this thing every day. The office didn't have air conditioning that worked, so I was in there sweating daily, just miserable, 10 hours a day, still trading because I knew, like, okay, I can get this. I just need to, like, focus up. I get the account. The account collectively was at, like, I don't know, 30 grand or something, and it whittles down to, like, 20. And then, again, still not learning my lesson fully. I had graduated to bigger stocks, but I find this one that's being pumped by this group and also just avoid groups that are pumping like Twitter guys who are like, our stock did this last week and this one we had a winner. They're all nincompoops. They're
Nincompoop.
nincompoops.
Okay.
I never use that word. But like there was this guy, he calls himself Zach Morris on Twitter. Zach Morris is the actor, I think.
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, Saved by the Bell. And he actually blocked me for, I called him out. I was like, I said, you're the worst pumper I have ever seen ever. And then just blocked. And all his little fanboys were like, oh, did you lose money on one of his picks, you fucking dork? Yeah, I did actually.
Did you? What? You
Yeah.
got suckered in.
Well, I didn't get suckered in because sometimes pumps
Ben,
work.
I'm getting scared about listening to you. You are a sucker, man.
Listen, there's a difference between drinking the Kool-Aid and seeing and recognizing that everyone else is drinking it and just knowing when to get in and get out, which is totally possible if you're nimble enough. And that's what I was aiming to do. Didn't work out. I lost a couple $1,000.
You played yourself. You listened to a guy named Zach Morris.
I played myself by listening to a guy named Zach Morris. It's exactly right.
Yeah.
So these guys had a good track record, and I thought that they were reliable, bought into a stock, into earnings, which is also something you shouldn't do, especially on questionable companies. I'm sitting there in this office, in this job that I hated, that I had already been working at for a year. I had saved all this money. I had put it into my trading account. I was like, I'm going to make my brothers their money back, and then I'm going to give it to them, and then I'm just going to leave that chapter. I'm going to fucking close that chapter. It's going to be done. And company reports earnings, and the stock tanked like 30%
Jesus.
immediately after hours. And I think I had lost $12,000 just like that. And I just got up. I walked to the bathroom of this hellish office building, and I just sat down on the floor in the bathroom. I put my head between my legs, and I just sat there for like 10 minutes.
Jesus.
And then I took out my phone, and I opened up the calculator, and I began to do the math on how much time I had essentially just wasted at that job. And it was like 8 months. 8 months was just a total wash. And then minus gas and minus taxes and minus like wear and tear on my car from that commute, I was going to have to work at that job for another year just to get back to where I was that afternoon, having lost just before losing that money.
Oh, boy.
And I just remember thinking, okay, fuck me, one, fuck me, two,
Right.
and also don't give up because
Don't give up.
don't give up. I didn't want to give up. I felt like
Quit while you're ahead, or
Quit.
12,000 down.
that actually would have been really sage wisdom.
Right.
And like, hey, focus on a different career.
And you know who would have been able to give you that advice?
You.
Your dad.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that's true.
He was gone.
Yeah, he was dead. He was dead as hell at that point. I mean, he was dead as hell from the moment his heart stopped
Yeah.
beating. But
He could have sent a sign from heaven. Maybe he was. You know what it was? All these losing stocks. That was a sign from your
Probably,
father in heaven. Ben, get out of the market.
yeah, stop it, dipshit. Well, anyway,
I hope there's a rainbow at the
there's
or
a
pot
rainbow.
of gold at the
It's
end of this
quickly
rainbow.
approaching. And
Because I've been telling everyone Ben's the whiz kid of Wall Street.
you've been telling people that?
Yeah,
No. I'm the piss kid of, well, Wiz is.
whiz. You're the whiz kid.
Yeah, I
From what I've
so that's the thing is I didn't let it get me down because I knew, okay, I'm still learning, and I'm learning every single trade is a lesson if you're paying attention. And a couple years, I start to get better.
These are expensive lessons.
They are expensive lessons. Then I started learning options, and options are a way to leverage a little bit of money into a lot on bigger stocks like Amazon and Google that are a bit more reliable and aren't as susceptible to 30% drops, right? Start learning those. I'm still working. I'm still funding the account. And then in like 2015,
Your brothers are still wondering what's going on.
my brothers at this point, they thought because I traded Blockbuster stock a couple times,
Oh God,
they
Ben.
thought they thought that I had lost it all in Blockbuster stock. And at the time, Blockbuster had diminished into a bankrupt penny stock. And they thought that I was thinking like Blockbuster's coming back. I didn't think that. Anyway, around 2015.
Was there a scam you did not fall for at this time?
Oh yeah, sure. There were plenty.
Okay.
There were plenty that I didn't fall for. But so 2015 rolls around, and my grandmother passed away on my dad's side.
Okay, you said this was going to be, it was going to start getting... Oh,
It is. It was her time. She was suffering from dementia, and she was like in her late 80s. And my dad's third of the inheritance from her got split amongst my two brothers and me. And
you said to your brothers, guys, give me one more chance. You're like a criminal at the end of the movie. We're going to do one last job.
One last job. Oh, no, I did not. As soon as I got that money, I paid them back with interest.
Okay.
I just was like, okay, first things first, boys, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. Here's your money back. Here's like an extra $5,000 in interest. Please
it
forgive.
worked out for them.
Yeah. It only took, they could have made more if I had just put it in fucking anything else.
They gave it to just any financial
anything.
advisor.
They could have, not even that, they could have thrown a dart at a board and done better than I did.
Like that chimpanzee.
Like that famous chimp. Stocky the chimp.
No, Raven.
Is that really the chimp's name?
Raven the chimp.
Huh. Wow. I can't tell if you're lying.
No, it's actually, that story's kind of bullshit because they did it, for those of you who don't know, there's this like story about a chimp who threw darts at a wall and she did better than Wall Street investors, which she still beat the Wall Street investors, which is impressive. But it was during the dot-com boom.
Oh, yeah.
Like late 90s, early 2000s.
Sure.
And they basically picked a bunch of like internet companies. So it was kind of hard to lose. But she did still beat the Wall Street bankers.
And the monkey's only 6?
Yeah.
So you're getting beat by a 6-year-old too?
Yeah, just throwing darts.
God damn it. Well, anyway, I wasn't trading in the 90s or the early 2000s. But so Grandma dies and I get this chunk of change. And at this point, I had progressed in my trading and I was somewhat consistent. And I felt like I was ready
to lose more money.
Yes. And I get this influx of cash and I started trading. And I think the first year I lost barely anything, like $3,000 or something. The next year I made like 20 grand. And then next.
Wait, you made how much the first year?
Like I lost like 3 or 5
right
or
on.
something like that. Yeah. And then the next year I think I made like 20 or 25,000.
Okay.
But then the next year it was a little over $1 million.
You made $1 million.
A little over $1 million. Yeah.
Over $1 million.
Yeah. And
the whiz kid.
And I just thought, oh shit, finally. I'm getting it. And it was a bunch of different things. There was this one grand slam that I hit, but then there were a bunch of, I was hitting my stride. I was doing options.
$1 million.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. And at the peak, my account ballooned to like $2.1 million.
Wow.
And it was fucking so stressful.
So that's all it takes, folks. You need your dad to die. You need to lose a bunch of money.
Yeah, you need dead relatives.
You need your grandma.
You need a modicum of privilege to... Is it privilege that your grandparents did well enough in their modest teacher earnings to save up over decades?
No, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's all right. It's nice. And I hope to do that to my prodigy one day. Like 200 grand minus...
And that was split.
Well, so yeah, I think it was like 600 total. Is this tacky to talk about?
Whatever.
Yeah, who cares? It's the trillionaire mindset. We're talking about, I don't give a shit. I mean,
okay, so then you were just rolling.
You're going to rob me? Rob me.
Should we give out your address?
Yeah, you want to come?
No.
Give out my old home address. The people who live there now can deal with it.
Okay, so then after that
I made all that money and then I'm starting to panic because I know the tax man is going to be coming.
You're panicking about taxes?
Yes. You know how much taxes you have to pay on shit like that?
Pay them.
I went from writing a check to the IRS for like whatever I made, the profit on that year before plus my salary. I paid, $5,000 or something.
Okay.
And then the very next year, I had to hire a tax guy, like a legit trader tax guy. And he goes, You're gonna have to pay the IRS about $520,000 this year. And I went, I'm sorry, what? Can you say that again, Colin? Yeah, $520,000. You didn't have any this, and this, did you? And I'm like, no. Okay, it's about $520,000. Like,
damn.
Stop fucking saying that amount of money. Oh, and by the way, you owe about $160,000 to the state of California. I'm like, fuck.
Jesus.
So that was a big thing. because I'm terrified. Because, I hit that peak, but then stuff starts going down. It's not like it stays up there. And I'm like, all right, I got to get prepared to pay all these taxes. I'm going to be a good American citizen, and I can't avoid it. I don't care about that. I care about not going to prison and not incurring all the penalties and fees from evading taxes, Wesley Snipes style.
Right.
For those of you who don't know, Wesley Snipes, star of Blade and White Men Can't Jump, famously avoided taxes and
went to jail.
I don't think he went to jail. Did he go to jail?
I don't know.
He had to pay millions of dollars in back taxes. But
all the fat cats on Wall Street storing in the Cayman Islands, they're walking free.
They got it figured out. But the other thing that really got to me was making all that money really fast put my mortality at the forefront of my brain, because my dad...
Mortality?
Yeah, because my dad...
Just enjoy the money.
Yeah, but in his 62 years of life,
okay,
he amassed just about $1 million, from all the saving and all that stuff. And then he died before he ever got to enjoy any of it. He died 6 months after he retired.
Jesus.
At working a job that he hated, which sucked ass. And here I am.
Sucked ass.
Here I am, having made more money than my dad ever made in just a couple years. And my stupid bird brain goes, oh, well, the next rational thing that's left for you to do is to die. Right. Because that's what happens.
You made the money
You made the money, and now you...
This is how much a con can make.
Yeah, and this is what...
and now you expire.
And now you just die. So I started having chronic heart palpitations.
Jesus.
For weeks.
Was it panic attacks?
It was panic attacks. I was smoking a lot of pot. And
I thought
my heart was just...
The pot wasn't chilling you out?
Actually, it wasn't. It was making it worse. And then while I would be high, I'd have these heart palpitations and panic even more because it feels like your heart is stopping. And I couldn't talk to anybody. I had a therapist, but she's a therapist. She's got 3 roommates. This is in New York.
Oh my God.
And I'd be like, hey, so... this week, I'm pretty...
and you're just trying to complain about having too much money.
Yeah, I'm like, I got so much money. It sucks.
Yeah, I've got too much. Yeah, I don't like you right now. I'm pissed at you.
Yeah, well, sorry, man. And then I remember hanging out with a couple friends, and they asked me what was going on, and because I was having an episode, we smoked some pot. My friend gives me this vape pen, and I tried hitting it, and she goes, oh, you need to suck that really hard. So I sucked it really, really hard and got a big lungful of vape. And she said, by the way, that's 80% THC. And I went, it's like, what? You need to tell me that before I hit this fucking thing. And then I started having a panic attack. And they're like, what's going on? And I said, okay, you guys, I got to tell you something. I need to share something with you. I can't keep this to myself. But
I'm a millionaire.
I made a lot of money recently. And my friend Brandon just goes, cool, I'm $30,000 in debt, student loans. And I was like,
brutal.
That sucks, man. I'm sorry. It's so on top of that, it was a little alienating.
Oh, boo-hoo. No, I'm sorry.
No,
that must have been hard for you.
So then I thought, okay, I don't want to die. And I keep having these heart palpitations. Maybe I should go to a cardiologist. And my brilliant idea was to go to the only cardiologist who I knew, which was my dad's cardiologist, who had seen him a week before he died and gave him a clean bill of health.
What?
Yeah, he was like, I saw my dad actually when he was leaving the cardiologist. I was going into the same medical building for
Cardiologist told him he's fine.
Cardiologist told him he's fine. And I was like, oh, I'll go to him. He's a heart
He knows
doctor.
what he's doing.
Yeah. And I went there, and this guy was he should not have been practicing anymore. He was walking dead.
Jesus.
Just didn't move his neck or his head on a swivel, and he just, what seems to be going? What's wrong? And I told him the heart palpitation.
Freaking out.
They did the echocardiogram. They had me do a stress test and all that. And he comes in after his underlings do everything. He comes
underlings? I don't think that's what they call them, but
nurses and PAs, underlings. He comes in and he just looks at it. He talked to me for 30 seconds and he said, nothing's wrong with you. You just need to relax.
You need to enjoy that sweet, sweet money.
He said, I didn't tell him anything about that, but he said, do you drink coffee? I said, yeah. He goes, stop drinking coffee. I said, okay. Hey, I smoke a little pot too. Should I not do that? He said, definitely don't do that. Thanks for coming. That'll be $5,000.
Wow.
I don't remember. I had insurance.
I mean, yeah, you were rolling in do re mi.
I also was paying my own insurance. It was like $700 a month. It was a crazy time. I had quit my job to do trading full time.
You quit your job?
Yeah, I quit my job.
How much money did you make?
Okay,
before you
so
quit your
the
job?
reason I quit my job, this is just a quick last part of that story. I was making so much money at such a rapid clip that my job was getting in the way.
How much money were you making?
I was making, it was just consistent. I don't know, 20 grand a week here, 30 grand there, 5 grand here. It was.
What was the most you made in a day?
Well, so I told my boss I was thinking about quitting, and she said, why don't you take a week off and think about it? And I said, okay. And that Friday, that last day of me thinking about it, I had been stalking this Amazon trade. I was waiting to short Amazon after earnings. And
look at you. You're a little freak. You love this.
I woke up.
I was waiting.
I woke up ready.
Stalking it.
Because I had missed it on the way up. I made like 13 grand a couple months earlier on it going up. And if I had held on to that same position, it would have been like $180,000 profit. And I was so mad that it had gone up so high, so much, so fast. I knew that it was going to come down. It was just a matter of when.
Yeah.
And the day after earnings, that fateful Friday, was the day that it cracked. Just in the middle of the day, it did that. But it was actually quite a dramatic trade because I put down 8 grand. I bet 8 grand against it in the first 30 minutes, and it didn't hit until the last hour of trading that day. So all day, that 8 grand just was slowly going down, just worthless. 7 grand, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Ben Kahn up to his old tricks.
And I thought, oh, fuck me. I guess, no big deal. I'm going to keep my job and keep doing the trading on the side.
Right. Okay,
At work, because I was doing it at work. And then...
You were doing it at work?
Yeah, of course. I knew how to do my job and also do the trading. It's like the job was easy. But then in the last hour, it started to crack, and I got so excited, and then it just fucking tanked, and I made just about $92,000
in a day.
In a day, and I was like, "Oh, that's my sign. That's more than my entire annual salary right there. Boom, in a day.
90 grand in a day.
Yeah, it felt so good. It's a very special feeling because I felt like all that suffering. I flashed back to the little shithead from 6-7 years earlier, sitting in that bathroom, feeling like shit and wondering and pissing his pants,
crying about losing his brother's money.
I wasn't pissing my pants, but I felt like it had come full circle, and I knew I had trusted my gut, and I did it. I had accomplished something, and I was finally in a position where, like, I got it. I have a good amount of money now to absorb the losses that I wasn't able to absorb before, because trading is losses. It's a lot of losses. Again, people, it's losing. You're gonna lose. I lost so much money, but then I made it all back and then some. So stick with it. What?
So that's it. You became a millionaire.
That's it. So that's it. And you want to know something? It did not make me happier at all. I was not happier. If anything, it made me more upset because I felt alienated from people who didn't have what I had. It was upsetting to pay taxes, and it didn't change shit. You have this expectation that, oh, you're going to have a bunch of money, you're going to be happy. It didn't do a fuck all for me.
You're really harshening my mellow here. I thought, I feel like truly if I just had a bunch of money, I would have no...
What would you do differently, man? What would you do any differently?
I feel like I wouldn't worry. I feel like it's probably so common for every person on the planet, but it's impossible not to worry constantly about having enough money.
That's true, but also when you have that much and you start to realize how quickly it can go, and it goes very quickly, which is trippy. Because then that big number feels so small. It's really fucked up. It's weird.
Don't make me sympathetic towards people with a lot of money.
Be sympathetic toward me.
All right, fine. Okay? I'll do that.
Be sympathetic toward me.
You're the only one You're the only
Don't be
millionaire I'll be
sympathetic toward me.
sympathetic towards.
Okay, because I mean, it was jarring. It was like it was a quick thing that like it was life changing. And yeah, I didn't worry. I'd go have dinner for $100.
Yeah.
Kept my same car. I didn't buy a nice
So
car.
just be happy without money.
Yeah, be happy with what you got.
Because if you're not happy with it, no. If you're not happy without it,
Huh? Mm-hmm.
you'll never be happy with it.
Wait, you just broke my head. What did you say?
If you're not happy without it,
Uh-huh.
you'll never be happy with it.
Yeah, that's true.
You ever hear that story Kurt Vonnegut tells about Joseph Heller?
No.
Joseph Heller wrote Catch-22.
Mm-hmm.
And him and Kurt Vonnegut are at this like very fancy party. I think it's on Shelter Island. These like millionaires are throwing it. And they're surrounded by all these finance people and publishing titans. And Kurt Vonnegut said to Joseph Heller, he said, doesn't it make you feel silly? These guys probably make more in a day than you'll ever make from Catch-22.
Mm-hmm.
And Joseph Heller said, yeah, but I have something they'll never have. And Kurt Vonnegut said, what? And Joseph Heller said, enough.
Damn,
Yeah,
that's true. It's never enough.
it is never enough. It'd be enough for me. I'd have enough.
Yeah, I mean, now that I've had time to process that amount of money, I would be so content with if I were to make that amount today again, I'd be totally
No
happy
panic
and
attacks.
no panic attacks because now I know what it's like.
No.
So that's my story. That's why I'm somewhat. I wouldn't say I'm an authority figure, but I would say that I'm someone. I consider myself a shepherd for you and for a lot of my friends who ask me about stocks all the time, and I'm like, okay, just shut the fuck up. I'm just gonna start a podcast.
That's what you say, though?
Yeah, I say, shut up,
Shut
please.
up. Stop asking
I'm
me.
trying to make money. I'm trying to.
I'm
this
trying
is how
to
we trade.
This is fitting. I don't actually.
You're-
I'll get my
It's
pen.
just a
I'll get
cap.
my pen when I make my.
You want this cap?
purchase?
This pen, rather?
No.
You got to
I
earn
don't-
it.
Yeah, I got to earn it.
You got to earn it, son. That's how it works.
I know my place.
So I feel like that's a nice introduction to my whole tale.
Yeah, you had me scared there for a second.
That I'm gonna have to borrow $20.
No, that I didn't know what you were talking about, but it came around.
Oh yeah. It's all full circle. So the other part of the show is we want to cover what's going on in the markets, right?
Yeah, we got some
And
big stuff
what's going on? We got some big stuff going on this week. Chief among them, we had the Pfizer FDA approval.
Yeah.
Everybody was freaking out about.
Now this I want you to explain to me.
Okay, and so this is great. This is a great example,
Yeah.
a first foray into kind of the format.
Because in
here.
my mind, I'm coming to you and I'm going, Ben,
Explain it.
FDA approval is coming.
I should buy Pfizer stuff.
Buy big,
Yeah.
right?
Well, you would think so, right?
Exactly.
And then when we pulled up the chart on Pfizer,
What did it do?
it was down that.
You fickle.
It was down like
bitch, the
3%.
stock market.
Yeah, and that's I can't think of the word, but it's perfectly it's representative of what happens in the market a lot. It's an old adage: buy the rumor, sell the news.
Buy the rumor, sell the news.
Yeah. So can we pull up a chart on
That's
that
what they're
thing?
saying down on Wall Street.
Yeah. Buy
You
the
say that
rumor,
to me
sell
on
the
Wall
news.
Street. Okay.
Look, the part of the reason why Pfizer went up, and when we have a chart pulled up here, I'll be able to point it out easily.
Show
is that
me.
it? If you go to do 6
Look at
months,
the dip.
please. So look at what it did over the last 6 months. It was it tried a few times at 40, and then it kind of spiked and peaked just after June. Took a while, and then it just shot up to 50. That's what 20% increase.
I don't
20,
know.
30? I don't know. I'm not good at math.
Yeah,
but
we didn't say anything about doing
It started to ramp up because Moderna was going up, BioNTech, the other vaccine stocks were going up, and Pfizer's going up too because people are clamoring over themselves because, hey, it's one of the vaccine stocks, right? It's going to make a fuck ton of money.
Right.
So people
And now
buy
they're
it up.
FDA approved.
Now that it's FDA approved, and now that also
Wait, so what's Moderna doing then?
Moderna's
tanking too because they're
it's not tanking, but it's pulled back. But the reason that it pulled back, likely from the likely reason that it pulled back when the news came out was, what other news is there that's going to keep propelling the stock ever higher?
Right.
What else is there at this point? Like, if you're buying on that, you're late to the game. You're the last guy going, oh man, Pfizer just got FDA approved. I'm thinking that that's a good thing.
Or, people also thought that now that it's FDA approved, everyone was going to get vaccinated. But I don't know if that's going to.
I don't know if
Did you
that's
see?
gonna happen.
Did you see? Trump, he told his supporters to get vaccinated.
Yeah,
Can
have a
we
clip of
watch
that.
it? I love.
I haven't seen this. I'm excited for this.
India is doing so well. India is being decimated right now.
You
We did
forget
a
how he
great job
talks.
on
I haven't
that.
seen
the
him in so long.
ventilators, the
You
equipment
forget
that
how
we
insane
got,
he
the
is.
cupboards were all bare. Everything that we did, and then we developed a vaccine, 3 vaccines in 3 months, in 9 months, and actually, I'll tell you, it was 3 days less than 9 months. And it's great. And
He's
you
so
know what?
petty.
I
3
believe
days less
totally
than
in
9
your freedoms.
months.
I do. Bree, you got to do what you have to do. But I
Fuck yeah,
recommend
freedom.
take the vaccines. I did it. It's good. Take the vaccines. But you got, no, that's okay. That's all right.
That's all right.
You got your freedoms. But I happen to take the vaccine. If
I
it doesn't
happen to
work,
take the
you'll be
vaccine.
the first.
See,
Oh, God.
I can't believe they booed him. I was pissed. I was like, Trump needs to go out and tell people to get vaccinated. They'll listen.
He had already done that.
But he's lost complete control over this death cult that is MAGA.
Yeah, in one sense, it's actually kind of good that he's lost complete controls because it shows that they have some semblance of critical
I don't
thinking
think
skills,
so.
even though they're employing them in the wrong way.
I don't think it's critical thinking. I think they're like, vaccines are bad. Trump. No.
Do we know which one he got, by the way?
He
Which
probably got Pfizer. Isn't that the gold standard?
I have no idea. I thought Moderna was.
Wait, can we watch the rest of the clip? I forgot how insane he is. And I think he might go full...
I'll
think
call
he might
up
go full
Alabama and
insult
say, hey,
comic.
you know what? But it is working. But you do have your freedoms. You have to maintain that. You have to maintain that. And you got to get your kids back to school.
He was bombing. He
And the
knows it.
mask issue is interesting
So he
because
goes into masks.
Fauci said masks are bad, and now he's a radical masker. Now he wants you to wear 15 different masks at one time. I don't know. He also told me he was a great athlete. Then I saw him throw out a pitch at the baseball. I used to be a great athlete, sir. You did? Really? Oh, that's good. Then I watched him on television.
Oh, my
That's
God.
not an athlete. The ball almost went to first base, didn't it?
A true psychopath.
He's a good stand-up.
I mean, he's like
He's really a good
full-blown
stand-up.
insult comic.
Yeah.
He was bombing, and he was just like, let me just trash Fauci a little bit. I'll get him back.
He
with
knew that
trashing
was the
Fauci.
way to go.
But, dude, I don't think these guys do have any critical thinking. I think they're just like weird edgelord contrarians because, like, what's the new one now? Like, they want some kind of COVID treatment. Like, they're taking ivermectin or something like
the
that.
horse dewormer.
I think it is for people, too, but... And before that, it was hydrochloroquine, and they want any treatment except for
The
vaccine.
Yeah, well, because the vaccine's going to give you...
They just don't want to listen to any lib.
Yeah, that's true.
They just don't want to get owned by the libs. And if you were to get vaccinated and save your life, you would be getting owned.
Moderna's working on, just speaking on vaccines, Moderna's working on an HIV vaccine, I think?
I don't know.
Yeah, they're working on a vaccine for HIV and I think cancer too. I think the HIV one goes into trials this year and the cancer one is like in preclinical stages. But you had a question that's it's really important about Moderna's stock price.
Right.
So if we can pull up Moderna's on that same page, yeah. So 396.88.
Yeah, why is it so much
damn.
higher than Pfizer?
Well, it's different. So
Explain it to me.
Pfizer-
Pfizer's at 47.
so if we zoom out just a little, so
Because
we
all
can
I'm
see
seeing
those.
online are memes talking about how you're dumb if you
Yeah.
got
Well, so
Moderna.
okay, you see right there on the left side it says MKT cap,
Yeah.
market cap. Do you know what market cap is?
Yeah, but
What
you
is it?
explain it so because you'll probably do it better. I know it.
It's short for market capitalization.
Yeah, that's
So this is a little stock 101 for you guys. Market capitalization means what the stock is worth, what the company's worth as in total. Like if Moderna is a pizza, it's $160.17 billion pizza. That's how much it's worth. Damn, that's a lot of pizza.
That
That's
is
a
a lot
lot
of
of
pizza.
slices. And that's calculated based on how many shares there are total. Outstanding is what they call it.
Okay.
The outstanding share count, which includes the amount that's publicly tradable in what's called the float, and also what's out there.
that's the amount of shares or how much they're worth.
The amount of shares times the stock price gets you the market cap.
Okay, can we see Pfizer's market
So
cap?
Pfizer's is 266.54.
Wow.
So they're actually a bigger company. Yeah, they're worth more despite the smaller stock price. So what does that tell you?
Don't get fooled by low stock prices.
Yes, but also in this specific case, clearly Pfizer has way more shares available out there, right?
Okay, yeah, you really threw a meatball down the middle, and I whiffed it.
So, so
What does that tell ya?
that also tells you that so a stock like that, the more shares you've got out there that are tradable, the more shares it's going to take for the stock to move. That's part of the reason why it hasn't gone up as much as, say, Moderna, because Moderna's, it could be a number of reasons, sure.
Right.
But one of them that drives it is it's basic supply and demand. You've got a smaller supply and there's higher demand. Stock's going to reflect that.
Right.
If there's only 10 shares out there and everybody wants some, those 10 shares are going to go crazy. But if there's 10 million shares, it's going to take a considerable...
To move the needle.
It's going to, to move the needle. So, and that's all part of what we call liquidity, because liquidity is how much money it's going to take to move a stock. The more liquidity there is, the more easily tradable it is, the more shares there are, the more,
Right.
I know what I'm talking about, man.
No, it sounds like you do.
I am licensed. I'm not licensed.
You're not licensed?
No, so I'm not licensed in any capacity. Again, why
Ben,
this is not...
What are we doing? I told those people we could sue. They could sue us.
They could. I mean, anybody can sue anybody for any reason. I could sue you for being ugly. You're not ugly.
Okay.
I'm just using...
Right. Wait, so but can you tell me this? Is it like a Bitcoin where you could just buy a little portion of a Bitcoin, or do I have to be able to afford an entire
I think
share?
nowadays you can. There are certain brokerages that offer fractional shares, which is pretty cool, but it's also depressing. Like, God damn, I got to buy half a share of Moderna.
Why?
Because I don't know. It's just...
Well, you could afford it.
Yeah, but
Someone
I feel like if you've got $200, just fucking save it. Or start putting it in an index fund instead, because at least then you get a dividend.
Yeah, but what if you want to spread your money around? I'm going to buy
you can,
$50
but
here, $50 here.
I feel like you should first save up enough to because I don't know. To me, it would be depressing. If
also,
you buy,
it feels worthless to put $200 in
Exactly.
bucks in the $200.
Giddy.
$200
Dollars or bucks?
Yeah.
Jesus God. $200.
$200 in the stock market.
Yeah,
is
that's why
nothing.
penny stocks are so appealing to young broke kids.
Yeah, I'm kind of starting to see it.
Yeah, because you could buy.
There's no way to make money on the stock market unless you're like you.
Yes, there is. There is a way to make money in the stock market.
Unless you get lucky and wait.
I've gotten lucky many times. I've also gotten incredibly unlucky. It's just a fucking crapshoot casino that's just they love to just.
Do you have any money in the vaccine stocks?
I have no money in the vaccine stocks. In fact, I told my cousin not to buy Moderna at like $90, and I feel bad.
Jesus, dude.
Because I didn't know. I had no idea. It had already gone from like the damn thing. Can we pull up Moderna one more time? This shit is insane. Look at 1 year. Even fuck, god damn it, because that doesn't reflect it. Like,
damn, you told him to buy it.
Before the pandemic, it was like a $5 stock. In March of 2020, it was look at that. Look, January was a $20 stock.
Jesus.
And then just it took off.
You know who bought those stocks?
Who?
Like Rand Paul and politicians and stuff.
Yeah, you know who's
Right
the best trader in all of Congress?
Nancy Pelosi. No,
Nancy
Dianne
Pelosi.
Feinstein.
No, Nancy Pelosi.
I think Feinstein's pretty good too.
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi makes such.
I'd be pretty good too if I had a little earpiece, knowing what was coming down the pike.
Because they are legally unbound by the things that bind us. We cannot. If I work at a company, or insider trading just does not apply to them. It's fucking crazy.
Or they'll have their spouse do it. I think Rand Paul's spouse bought it.
Pelosi's spouse does a lot of her trading, but it's based on like what she knows. She just bought a ton of Nvidia, the graphics card maker, like millions of dollars worth. Who knows? Who knows what the hell she knows or what she's thinking? She made a ton of money on Amazon.
This is how we're gonna get rich. This is if you want to get rich quick. Get elected to Congress.
Follow the Senate. There's people who track the trades, I mean, there's so many. It's kind of hard to keep track, but there are people who keep track of the trades. And
yeah, I think they bought Microsoft pretty high when they were going to get a big defense.
Oh, yeah. Someone, I believe, it wasn't Pelosi, but someone did buy. I mean, there's shady shit that goes on every single day. There's people with software. There is software, rather, that can tell you when there are big options trades being placed. And more often than not, it's just like, okay, it's just someone placing a trade. But then a week later, that company gets bought out. And it's like, oh, that person, nobody knows who they are. Nobody's ever going to know who they are. Just someone who had information, just cleaned up, made millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, however much it is. And the SEC, the governing body over the stock market.
We got to get insider info.
Yeah, so if anyone has any insider information,
hit us up on Signal.
Yeah, Signal. You can give us that information, and in exchange, we will take it
to the bank.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to take it to the bank. I'm going to take.
Have you ever gotten insider info?
No, I don't know anybody.
You said it like
anywhere.
you lied.
I mean, I have friends who work at companies, but they wouldn't. I'm not going to ask, but they're not going to know anything either.
I know someone who got rich on an insider trading.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Who?
Well, I'm not going to.
Yeah, but what was it? What happened?
It was like a family friend.
This is insane.
And it just seemed like they. I mean, this is probably like rumors too, but they were like. It seemed like they had a lot more money than they should.
Huh.
And I remember I said, how do they have so much money? To my parents. And they were like, they got a crazy stock tip and they bought in heavily.
Yeah. I know. I've heard stories like that. That same guy, Tom.
But that was a risk, right? It could have not hit.
Yeah, totally. That same guy, Tom, knew a guy in the same field as him, got a stock tip to buy some biotech company way like 30 years ago. And he became a multimillionaire off of it. And I don't even think it was inside information. It was just, hey, I work at this company. We're doing really well. Because that's not insider info. If it's not information that's publicly available, you could glean the same conclusion. Is that the right phrase? Glean? You could glean. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, this isn't a grammar
This isn't an English podcast. It's in English.
I think you could say glean.
Glean, yeah.
They're going to dub it into other languages, so I hope they know how to say glean into...
Yeah.
Can we figure out how to say glean in Korean?
It's glean. Glean is the one word that's
It's
consistent.
universal.
It's universal. It's glean in every language. Spanish. That's that glean. Don't you love that in other languages where English pops in?
I do actually.
Pizza.
Microsoft, yeah.
Microsoft?
It's often brands a lot
yeah,
of times.
it is. McDonald's?
Yeah. Because that one stays.
That's
Glean. Here's how you
ubiquitous.
say it. Jubda.
Jubda.
There we go.
Jubda.
That'll be fun.
Can you do the English one? I want to hear it say
Glean.
glean.
You got it right.
Glean. Anyway, yeah.
All right.
This was the inaugural episode of the Trillionaire Mindset. I hope you stuck around. I hope you continue to stick around.
I hope you learned something.
Yeah, I hope we all learned something.
I hope you realize, hey, just because you're in the hole 20K doesn't mean you can't pull out of this.
Yeah. Just don't
Listen to
do
Ben.
what I did. Like, you could seriously save so much time and stress and money if you just don't do a couple things that I did. Don't be greedy.
And
be
Ben's going to
patient.
give you all those tips.
Yeah, be patient.
Just
Don't be
follow
greedy. Don't play with other people's money. Don't play with money you can't afford. Don't borrow anything. Don't take
ask
out
your
credit
brothers
card
for
loans.
their money.
Yeah, don't ask your brothers for their dead dad's money. And keep your parents healthy. If they're eating French fries, slap them out of their mouth.
Oh, for the heart attacks.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
You don't want them having. Yeah, you don't. If they're smoking cigarettes, let them. Cigarettes taste good.
No French fries, but cigarettes.
French cigarettes.
Okay.
Good. Yeah. Anyway,
that's the trillionaire mindset,
that's the
baby.
Trillionaire mindset. You've got to have that attitude of
that stick-to-itness.
That stick-to-itiveness.
You're right.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that in Korean. It's not a real word.
They'll figure out how to do it.
Yeah, you can't even spell it. Anyway, that's it, folks. Thanks for
so much
watching.
for joining us.
Thanks for listening.